In this model, we'll look at how to use reading strategy 7C. Using POE, or process of elimination. It's usually easier to eliminate the silly choices first and just focus on the ones that sound good. This is very true in reading sections. There are several types of answers that you can usually eliminate. Today we'll talk about the third method of elimination. Look for key words in the answer choices that get to the heart of what that answer is about. Then determine if that key idea is mentioned or implied in the passage. If not, eliminate it. Here's a great question for practicing this strategy. The question asks, what is the main point of this passage by Charles Dickens? In order to apply the strategy, we first need to decide what is the key word or idea in each answer choice. I'll use a different color in each answer choice, and you'll see why that helps us in a moment. Answer choice A is about supporting life. Answer choice B is about swimming against the tide. In choice C, the main idea is the flow is unchanging. And in choice D, the main idea is continue to circle. Now let's find which of these ideas is mentioned most often in the passage. The first idea I see that relates to one of my answer choices is always silently rolling. That seems to connect to answer choice C, flow is unchanging. So I'll use purple to highlight it. Since that's the one I saw first, I'm going to continue looking for keywords that relate to that answer choice, so I can keep using my purple pen. I see ever since the world began, ever been upon the flow, ever was to flow, never stopped, the tide, which is like the flow, never stopped. Okay, I found 5 places in the passage that seem to connect to answer choice C. Let's look for some of the main ideas in the other answer choices. I remember seeing something about against the tide, so I'll pick red here. So that supports the idea it was hard to swim against the tide. No particle ever strayed back against the tide. I just found another thing that relates to purple. The tide of the river set resistlessly. That means constantly in the same direction. I don't see any more red, so I'll switch to orange because I did see something about circling the sun. I haven't found anything blue, so let's revisit and make sure we haven't missed something important. The blue idea is supporting life. We do have an idea of living creatures here, but there's not really anything about supporting life. We have the word lived here, but that's talking about the main character, not really about animals or plants. I think we found everything that's relevant to the key ideas in the answer choices. So we can quickly look and see that there's more purple than anything else. This idea that the flow is unchanging has been mentioned many times. We found several synonyms for unchanging in the passage. Always, ever, that word ever showed up many times. Resistlessly, and never stopping. Because this idea is mentioned more often than any other, we can confidently choose C as our answer. Just to recap, the strategy here is analyzing your answer choices to find what the key idea is in each choice. Then heading over to the passage and looking for how often each of those key ideas shows up. You might be looking for the key word in the answer choice or a synonym for that key word. Whichever idea shows up the most often is probably correct. One final thing to keep in mind. In this demonstration, we've gone into a lot of detail. On the real test, you probably wouldn't have time to annotate with different colored pens and use the strategy as extensively as we just did. But practicing in this way when you're getting ready for the test will help you build the skill so that you're ready to do it efficiently, even without writing things down on the real test.